Episode 1 of a lunchtime conversation.
There you go. That's good. So this is our first official episode, and I built this in a way to where you'll understand this is a true lunchtime conversation. You guys will be listening to it and reacting to it and adding to the conversation, and you'll be like, oh, this is some BS we talk about at lunch. So to kick us off, my name's Jordan.
My name's Trevin.
My name's Braden.
And we're your three trio for a lunchtime conversation. Again, the goal of this is to spark some lunch conversations. Okay, you're gonna have to play along with me. Do you guys still remember how to use your imaginations?
Yes.
You guys still have that? Your
100%.
childish imaginations?
There was one time.
Really?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like when you were super high on drugs all the time or something. I don't know.
No. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. All right, I need you guys. This is a fun topic, and this will be the kickoff to episode 1. I need you guys to close your eyes. I'm gonna tell you a story as you close your eyes. I know you're reacting. Well, I'm gonna close my eyes because, dude, you're gonna be immersed. This is an immersive experience. Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to imagine yourself slowly drifting off to sleep. You start dreaming, and in your dreams, you hear the faint sound of drumming and yelling. You start to hear it grow louder and louder. Now, you can hear the wind howling in the background, the sound of metal clacking together, drums, what sounds like chanting. You awaken, and when you find yourself there, you're laying in a field of tall grass surrounded by trees. As you gain your composure, you take survey of what you have on you. Everything on you right now as you sit here is currently on you when you awake in this magical place. You notice you have a pistol attached to your waist. You also notice there's an AR-15 slung around your body. Additionally, you have a backpack full of supplies, as well as a combat vest with only 7 magazines for your rifle and 3 pistol magazines. You peer into a wide opening field facing forward in front of you. On the far left side of the field, you make out what must be more than 10,000 people dressed up in medieval clothing and armor. And on the right, another large gathering of people in the same type of clothing. They're all equipped with weapons, and you can make out numerous people wielding bow and arrows. You find yourself on the edge of a battlefield in medieval war-torn Europe. The year's 1461, and you find yourself in the middle of the largest, bloodiest battle during this time. You don't know how you got here. You don't know how you can get back. All you know is there are 100,000 men or so starting to race towards each other, running, riding horses, shouting and chanting, and you're right on the edge of it. You can open your eyes. What are you doing?
Running?
I'm waiting to see if I can find William Wallace.
Oh, this was, you reminded me of the beginning of of Skyrim. It was like, when you said you wake up, and I was like, oh, he's awake.
That's
I'm
good.
looking for the dragons.
So where this sparks from actually is when you guys are falling asleep at night, and you know how some people say, oh, you can't sleep, so you count sheep, right?
Yeah.
Let me back up a little bit. When you imagine talking to yourself at night or sleeping or counting sheep, do you imagine that as a movie playing out in your head? Or do you talk to yourself?
Neither. I'm more of like I need emptiness.
When you daydream, is it a movie in your head?
Yeah, it's like a movie, I think.
You can see visual
It's
pictures.
It's
Okay.
visual.
When I'm trying to fall asleep, it's visual pictures. When I'm
Daydreaming in general. When you're you've been driving for a long time, you're like, where'd that 10 minutes just go?
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Okay.
Like
Did you know that there's some people that don't visualize that like a movie?
Oh,
There's some people that do not have the ability to visualize within their head.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Just words.
Just words. Or just thoughts.
You just blank.
Yeah.
It's just like when you close your eyes, you're visualizing something. It's just
Yeah, they don't have a movie
Or
memory
is it
or
the
whatever.
fact that no one can visualize it, but 90% of
For
people...
real.
No, I'm serious. Where 90% of us are like, no, I could paint the picture in my head. And it's like, no, dude, your head's not a blank canvas. Your head is just words.
We're the weirdos.
Because if you think
Right.
about it, your head is just words.
Right,
Like,
but your brain is shutting down your eyes, and it's for whatever reason turning that into visualizations.
True. And I guess to prove it, do those individuals, do they not have dreams? Because
Oh, I don't
dreams
know.
would be 100% just visualization in your subconsciousness.
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Like reading a book.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they would honestly just like be in a black room where they're hearing words and stuff.
good question. We should ask them. I don't know any of them though.
Hmm.
It's like the people, people when they listen to music, get goosebumps.
Oh, okay.
I do.
yeah.
I get that.
There's people that Just
You get that like emotional euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
do.
didn't get the goosebumps.
Yeah.
There's people that can't and will never experience.
Fuck those people. They're
Like-
they're psychopaths.
Like they physically can't.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They do not get a physical reaction when this.
I think they're actually psychopaths, and they probably need to be evaluated.
Yeah, I would say that.
It's like 30% of the population.
No, they can all get thrown
I
off a
don't know if
cliff.
it's
I
that
don't.
big, but it was it was big enough.
All right, if you're listening and you don't get visualizations in your head, let us know. Same with if you don't get goosebumps during music.
Yeah, the
True.
goosebumps. I want to know those people.
Yeah, those people. I don't want to know them.
Wait, I want to go back though. I still want to. What are you doing?
Yeah. So here's anyhow. Yeah. Sorry. Back to it.
So-
No. Here's where that comes from. For probably the past year, 2 year, 3 years. I don't know how long it's been. A long damn time. Instead of counting sheep, because I don't do that. What I do is I daydream before I fall asleep, and it puts me to sleep. This is one of those scenarios where I think about what would happen if I woke up with just what I have on me, a firearm or two, and my knowledge of the world today. But I'm in the middle of a battle. How do I live? What do I do? And how do I become the ruler of the world, essentially?
Mhm.
So since you've thought about it the most, what would you do? Like they're running towards each other. So what's your game? What's the first thing you do?
Hang on, I don't want him influencing
The raw thought.
my raw thoughts. Then he's thought about this.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so he's
True.
like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. So my first thought is, okay, so we've got a gun, we've got an AR, we've got
Some kind of
Good
rifle
phone.
with a
With a
sight
phone.
on it. It could actually make it a scope. That makes it more fun.
perfect. We got a phone. There's no service though, so whatever's on your phone is the only thing that exists.
For a limited amount of time because you can't charge it.
Right, you can't charge it. But I don't know if I think about that. So that shit might die. If I'm being for reals, I probably wouldn't even think about that. It would die.
Yeah.
But like the apps that you have, no internet, so are they even useful? So
Right.
Limited ammo. There's 100,000 people around. I think I'm just going into survive mode at this point. Like I've got a gun and I'm using it only to survive, not to like
Now
mow
remind
people down.
to remind you, they're not coming after you.
Right.
Yeah, you're just watching the battle.
Like back in the Civil War, people would dress up and have picnics outside of battles
Oh, and just watch.
and just watch.
So you
You
could
didn't
go
know
like
that?
you could go join the picnic.
Well, back in the day, battles used to be like
In the backyard.
well, no, and they used to be. Yes, they did. So I've got actually some stats here to show you or to explain. But battles used to be a form of like
You would show up, you'd essentially
respect. Yes, thank
and then
you.
you'd battle.
Yes, it's a form of respect. Whereas nowadays it's just guerrilla warfare. Everyone just shoots everybody and dies and
Take
bomb each other
every-
from space, basically.
Yeah.
Now, but back in the day, it was a huge form of respect. So
Well,
you have warriors on each side. You're fighting each other. You're not fighting whoever's in the middle. So to remind you, they're not going after you.
Yeah. I would be because isn't that time frame? Do you know that time frame? Is that when William Wallace was?
I don't know specifically on William Wallace, but I do have some stats.
You said 1461.
1461. And the reason I chose that year, to give you some context, I don't think about that year when I'm sleeping. I think about the scenario. I chose the year specifically because it was in the middle of the War of Roses. Do you guys know what that is?
Nuh-uh.
You never heard of the War of Roses?
No.
All right, history class. We're going to do some history stuff. The War of Roses was a series of dynastic conflicts that took place in England during the late 15th century, specifically between 1455 and so on and so on. Anyhow, these wars were primarily fought between two rival branches in this specific dynasty, the House of Lancaster, symbolized by a red rose, and the House of York, symbolized by a white rose. Hence how the conflict became known as the War of Roses. And it was the most bloodiest, war-torn time in England's history, other than, I guess, World War II. World War I and II probably took.
Yeah.
The underlying cause of the Wars of Roses was a complex web of political, social, and economic factors, as the wars normally are. But the central issue was the competing claims to the English throne. So it's essentially Game of Thrones in real life.
Okay.
And that's what happened. So that's the War of Roses. The war took place basically where I described, which is funny because it's actually where I think about, is you have a plateau or a field of some kind in front of you that's fairly open, but then you also have a grove of trees around you to where you can take cover in and hide and shelter into. So in my scenario, I'm on the edge of that wooded area. I can kind of take refuge there.
So this scenario is like the original let's meet at the flagpole situation with the bully.
Yeah. just
Hey,
with
you know that
thousands
field
of people.
outside of old man
Yeah.
old man Harris's farm? Yeah.
Bring your best.
Bring your best 100,000. I'll bring mine, and we'll duke.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you guys doing? You wake up, got all this stuff on you.
Well, I'm cheating now. I know William Wallace. So William Wallace lived 1270 to 1305.
A little bit before this time. Okay.
Yeah. So missed his, because William Wallace's story from Braveheart. It's a true story. Like, there's obviously Hollywood took some privilege.
But he was one of the first people to like do some guerrilla warfare tactics.
Exactly.
Some,
And
like,
so it would have been fun if
stab
it
and
would
run.
have been his time frame, but I don't know. This would have been, because this is just England against England. This isn't Scotland against England. This is literally,
It's essentially a civil war amongst
Yeah.
your entire country.
and I don't know enough about it, because like going back, I probably would have helped Scotland win the war because England was being a very bad oppressor with some of the things they had going on. But this one I wouldn't know enough about, so it'd be interesting to. Obviously, yes, I wouldn't do anything with that battle. I just hide and then go try to find people and talk. But oh man, that'd be.
Oh, how
You wouldn't do anything with that battle?
I don't
Because
think
I
so.
would.
Oh
What would
really?
you do? Yeah, absolutely.
Like, why at that point?
Yes, those pull holes through your.
Yeah.
There's stampeding horses, and you're gonna hear an AR-15 over thousands of horses running down a field.
no,
No,
You're wasting.
No, no.
You're wasting your ammo.
Nope.
How much ammo do you have? 150
I
rounds?
told you I have a scope, right?
Sure.
Archers have to be close enough to shoot an arrow. My rifle can take that out
Yeah, but
easily.
what's the point?
But listen,
Okay.
here's what I'm gonna do. My thought is, I don't know how I got here. Don't know how I'm gonna get back, and I may never get back. I may live my days out in war-torn Europe. I need to establish myself as a dominant threat and the one to basically rule the world at the time. So what I would do is I would try to align myself with one of these warring parties, whichever one I looked like would be the winner. Then I'm going to take my rifle and I'm going to probably waste a couple shots, but I'm going to take out some high heavy hitters on the enemy's forces to join the forces I want to join. And they're going to go, this guy is an incredible wizard. What is he doing?
he's shooting thunderbolts
He's-
out of this
yeah.
stick.
He's dropping people
So-
with his sounds.
So you're right there. Okay. Now I think you're on the right track, but you make it sound so video gamey.
It is
where
video
you
game.
just show up and then
I'll
are
save the day.
granted power.
No, I would have
You're
to.
like-
no, I'd have to figure out how to get the power. Sure.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's why you leave. That's why you let the battle play out. You go. You got to figure out where you are, because you got to remember that you just fell asleep. You woke up, right? So you got to figure out what's going on. You got to take stock of what's important. And what's important is your guns, is your ammo. You only have at best 200 rounds, right, in your backpack.
Yeah.
You got a pistol with 15, 20, 30 rounds with a couple mags. You know what happened in like the Salem witch trials?
Yeah, they were told they were witches and they all got hung.
Okay, sure.
I got bullets to counter
So-
you, bitch. I'm not a
Yeah,
witch.
But you also got to sleep. You also like
You're
you're
a one-man army.
You're a one-man army, and if people don't like you, then
You get hung.
they'll come get you, right? So you got to be careful. You have to align yourself with some people. I think that what you do is you start a small-time uprising, a small-time faction. You don't go to the
Get some
power-
followers of some kind.
Yeah, you don't go to the powers that be and say, "Hey, I want the throne," and they're like, "Oh, fuck you," right? And then you show them the wizardry. Right? We've all seen that.
Not that I want your
That
throne.
doesn't-
I want to be your bodyguard on the throne to ensure you get the throne. And then when you're there, somehow I figure out I'm gonna take the throne. Well, who's gonna stop me?
Because you're Game of Thrones master.
Right. I've seen every season.
But here's kind of where I might go. So you get the small following, right? You get some influence, and then you do something with that power, with that influence. Because at the end of the day, you only have so many shots. You can only be tested so many times, and when you run out, and people realize that your magic has run out, all your power goes away, and then you just have the influence. And so you've got to garner enough influence and political
Maintain it after the magic goes away.
Yeah, and then you could probably spin that. Hey, this machine, this thing only has so much, but it's powerful. And at the end of the day, you still want the power at the end. So either what you do is you get power, you sell it for a fortune, and then you live out your days, living like a king or whatever. Because I don't know if you're going to get back. You haven't discovered that yet. That's kind of how I do it. Is find a way to make the life.
I like that idea,
Yes.
but that's freaking boring.
It is kind of boring. It is. It's kind of boring.
It would be fun to get followers.
Oh, you know what?
But it would be 1 second. It would be hard. Like, dude, I was looking up on my phone. So there's a book actually called Cast Under an Alien Sun. This guy is this will actually go into episode 2 as well with some of the alien stuff. So there's a guy, he's a world famous chemist. He flies around the country and he does chemistry seminars at universities. He's just really good with chemistry stuff. He's flying, looks out his window and notices like something coming at the window, and boom, something runs into the plane. It crashes. He wakes up in a white room. Aliens get him. So what happens is an alien ship hit the plane, killed everyone on board except for a few individuals. He's one of the individuals that lived, and they said, hey, we can't take you back to Earth, but we're going to take you to another planet that has humans on it. So they take him to another planet. He gets there. He knows this is a book. The book is called Cast Under an Alien Sun by Olin Thorensen. He gets on this planet. He knows so much about chemistry that he is a wizard, because he's like, hey, did you know if you take bat shit and take this and combine it, it makes a fertilizer? And do you know if you take off the top of this fertilizer, it makes TNT?
See, and that's what I was thinking about too with this scenario, is your knowledge, even as rudimentary as it is, of just modern medicine, you could be the Messiah.
Yeah,
but you know enough to influence people. That's my thing, is I don't think I would know enough.
But if somebody on the battlefield's like, I'm going to die, my leg's gone, and you go, here's my belt, guy's going to live forever now. And they go, what the did you just do?
I don't know if my knowledge is that good, but I'd be along the lines of like, you find out the smartest people and you help
influence them,
point them in the right direction, right? Because that's a lot of science.
That's fair.
And discovery is, you got to know where to look for the first part. So it's like, look, here's where the magic is, and I need this. I need more of this.
Ooh.
And so I want you to break it down. This is metal. You guys know how to do metal. This is a new thing. You guys have never seen this. Our cannons.
Try to get them to reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
They didn't have no, dude. It was full medieval, like sword bows.
It's here's gunpowder. I need you to reverse engineer this.
Gunpowder?
Yeah. And they're like, what is gunpowder?
Kill him.
Yeah. So. And
what is this word?
And then if you have enough power, enough following, people will want to. Then people make your bullets.
I like that. If you could figure it out, we had to have been reverse engineering stuff back then too, though.
Yeah,
humans should do that.
I think we would just be the catalyst for the acceleration to like.
Imagine if somebody
engines and.
Imagine if somebody did that back in the day. Where would we be today? Because one of us, I saved a guy in the battle.
Wait, when does the black plague hit?
Ooh, I think it's like the 1800s or something, or 1700s.
Oh. No.
Is it before then?
I thought it was.
It might be.
I mean, look it up. Because that would suck. Like, so you said 1461?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. We missed it. Black Plague was 1346 to 1353. So we're
still
good.
Seeing the repercussions.
But what would have been funny is if you sent us back at like 1345 and we're like, dude, we got this figured out. And then the Black Plague hits and it just wipes everything out. Still back to... It doesn't even create a parallel universe at that point, because it's just like, nope, this would have happened anyways. Nothing moved.
Here's an interesting thought is, nowadays with computers in our pockets and stuff, common knowledge, we know
we'd be the smartest people in the world.
Vastly more, but we wouldn't necessarily be the smartest people in the world. We would just know more things, right? So you'd go to the smartest people in the world at that time.
People would think we're the smartest people in the world.
Yeah, and you say, hey, I come from time, blah blah blah. Here's what you need to do. There's this thing. They're called airplanes.
You're telling people in 1400 airplanes.
And they're like, what is that, right? Well, essentially, if you have a shape like this and you get it going really fast, it stays in the air forever.
Dude, there'd be so much behind that you'd have to teach them.
Yeah, but that's all you need to do is like
modern mechanics, wheels turning.
Here's the concept. I know it works. I just need you to explore it. And then they start exploring it and they're like, holy shit, he's right. And then they make it all happen.
See, okay, now I want to know your real confidence level. Would you have enough base knowledge that you could make a big difference? Because honestly, I don't.
Yes.
Really, you do?
I think so.
But you would start with airplanes? Realistically, because I don't think I would. I think they would I would show them the AR-15, and I know a lot about guns. But then I'd be like, hey, here's the gunpowder. I'd open it up, show them the gunpowder. They'd be like, well, what is this? I'd be like, it's gunpowder. Like, I think you can make it with like I don't know. Like, that's where
some stuff.
Like, okay, so you're crazy, dude. Like this, yeah, that's cool. You have this one.
I just say, am I?
Three rounds
Be
gone.
like, do I need to go across the street and talk to the other Science Academy? Because you guys aren't listening.
Oh yeah, but you would inspire. Like, I bet at that time they know what material is. You could say, hey, figure out what this shit is.
You don't think that
I
they
don't
wouldn't
know
be
off the top of my head.
amazed that you're from the future, and they would just on that alone, you would be the Messiah. Like you would be
True. That
No,
that is
held above everybody.
no,
no, he
way.
does have a point.
Or would the
because
king
of-
take you in a torture chamber
That's what
and
I'm
be like,
saying.
"Hey,
yes,
give us the info"?
yes,
But
but
that-
be careful.
But no, that's what I'm saying. He does have a point. If someone showed up today in future, because like we're thinking about if we put ourselves in those shoes, like say
What would we do?
say in Ukraine right now, someone shows up, just see this going on, and they walk off to the side and just start talking to people, and then they get them in touch, and then we go over there with our guns to try to take him out, and he's just like zapping people, and they just disappear. We'd be like, oh shit, like he's levels above us. Like we probably would be like,
They would
we
murder
can't
him and
touch him.
take his gun.
No, we don't know. He's got 10 rounds in his gun.
but that's what I'm saying. Equivalent, he would be able to the person in the Ukraine war right now, he'd be able to take out thousands of people with his futuristic weapons. Compared to like, because if you look at a archer back in the day, they could maybe take out 15 people if they were really good,
if that even.
if that. So if we're taking out 210 people with just the AR, and then you still have the pistol as a backup, you're gonna be known as like, hey, he is from the future.
Yeah, but okay, put yourself like in your situation where it's we are now, and someone from the future comes in with these massive weapons of destruction, right? Of just,
And we try to take him over.
what we would do, we would be scared, and we would eliminate that threat because humans have never encountered something that is better than them, right? That is
and
scarier
accepted
than
it.
Oh, that's
And accepted it.
that's not necessarily true. We absolutely animals. All animals that hunt us, we are scared of.
No, we're better than them in every
Yeah,
way.
now sure, and the reason we are is because we're live in packs.
We're smarter than
Around
them.
packs.
So now put ourselves in. Imagine we discover an animal that's actually smarter than us. Would we nurture that?
No, 100%.
We'd be scared. We'd be a little scared.
Yeah, we'd be scared.
Lock it in a room and eat it.
Yeah, you say, oh, we're going to keep them down as long as. Let's say aliens come and they show us technologies that we've never seen before, like in mass, right? We would be scared. They have the power to annihilate us. We're scared of them because they could finish us before we could finish them. We need to figure out how to finish them first.
Yeah.
And that's what we would do.
And
And that's what we've always done to each other. As soon as someone gets a big ass bomb, everybody is looking for that big ass bomb because if they can do it, we can do it.
well, and I think that's one of the cases for Neanderthals.
Yeah.
Neanderthals were bigger, stronger, faster. But one of the theories is that they couldn't communicate as well as humans. They had a dialect, but not as vast as humans. And so, well, I guess we're all humans. We're just cousins. But the Homo sapiens decided to take out Homo Neanderthal or something, because they were a threat to us. Like we killed
were
them
stronger.
off because they were bigger, faster, stronger.
But our communication outdid them,
Yes,
or our
communi-
brains outdid them.
Yes, our communication in our brains. Like we had a wider vocabulary. So when they said, hey, let's meet at the field, we said, hey, let's meet around the field and hide in the trees. And we were able to use more communication, more brain power to defeat them.
Something about finding in the field.
It's exactly how it was. It's written
You
on
were
the stone.
there. You-
So cool thing I learned when looking this up a little bit, especially this time period, is battles, the way they were fought back then, were kind of respectful in the sense of you would have in this battle, I think it's like 100,000 people or something like that. They assumed it was around 50,000 people, but all 50,000 of them wouldn't fight at one time. There was no point they could
Just line
supply
by line.
50,000 people, so they would actually only send like a couple hundred into the middle to fight, and it was just kind of like a spectacle. Like you send 100, they'd send 100, and then you do that until somebody went, I guess we're not gonna win. This battle specifically, what actually happened? Some guy showed up with a rifle. I'm just kidding. The wind changed direction towards the guys who lost, and so the archers were able to shoot and volley arrows way further. And when they got receiving fire, it wasn't hitting them, and that's why they won the battle.
So were they shooting the back line while they were waiting to send?
Yeah, so they were there was a hill that all these guys were just waiting on while the other guys were fighting. And the archers were shooting up to the hill, not trying to, but the wind was carrying arrows, and it was just taking out so many people.
Just
Yeah.
That's such a weird way to fight, especially knowing now like more effective ways to kill
Yeah,
to fight a battle.
Drop
It's
a
like, hey,
random
everybody
rod from
just-
space.
You guys are first. Go ahead and go down. You guys ever seen that South Park episode where they got the Operation Human Shield?
Yeah, what was the black people?
It's all- yeah. This kind of
messed
reminds me. I was like, hey, you guys are first, and you don't come back till the battle's over. And so you have to literally survive wave after wave after wave, or you die and then somebody else is sent to replace you.
Oh wow.
Isn't it
Vietnam
essentially
first
actually how we did
round.
like World War II and World War One though? Like when we stormed Normandy, we went, here's the first wave, man. Like, get up to the bunker.
That's you can't turn around.
Yeah, where are you gonna go? The
There's
ocean?
nowhere to go. You got to get to the bunker. Yeah, that is kind of shitty.
Well, and I was just looking because on Troy they send out their best fighter.
Yeah.
And I was just looking online and I couldn't see. I'm wondering how often that happened.
They might have done duels like that, but I bet you it wasn't like anything. They're not gonna duel over the throne like that.
True, yeah. Like where it's a civil war, it's like,
But if I was pissed off at you and you were pissed off at me, I might be like, my brother could take your brother.
oh, where we had someone stand in and fight.
Maybe.
I wonder how many times that happened with battles though, where it's like Greece is taking over a country next to it, and they show up. They both have 100,000, and they're like, "Dude, we don't want to lose all these guys. Like, we need them to farm next week." And so it's like, "Hey, what if you pick your best guy and my best guy, and then we'll decide that."
Oh,
There might
'Cause-
be some like niche, like one-offs, but I don't think
But
when it
not
comes
very
to
common.
war, like when it comes to warring nations or warring
True.
factions, it would be disagreements. It would be we're in a disagreement enough that someone needs
Between
to
just like tribes.
You know,
I'm putting
someone
myself in the
smaller.
shoes of somebody who has 10,000 men. I've got them there. I'm not gonna go. Let's risk it on one fight.
True. And if
I'm here
you're-
because I think I can win.
and
I'm
if you
gonna
send
kill
your guy out and he loses, you'd be like, "Nope, he cheated. Let's still battle."
right? Why not?
The rumor is the big guy they found in Troy, they just found him at a gym beforehand. And they're just like, "Dude, you would be good in this scene," and then pulled him in to
He didn't even
just that
audition
one
or
scene.
anything. That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know if it's true, but that's the rumor.
one who fought.
Where Troy
Achilles.
Achilles,
At the
where he
very
goes up and
beginning.
he does the little jump move on him.
Yeah, he does the Superman stab through the side of the neck.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's my topic, fellas. What I think about when I'm dreaming.
So what I think about, mine's different. Mine's future though. So mine, I do the same thing, but mine is, say I'm out west all by myself, like, I don't know, shooting guns or just exploring. An alien spaceship crashes and alien comes out and shoots me with a tranquilizer that gives me nanobots that makes me like a immortal / nanobots. And then it's okay, well, what would I do from then on out to make the world a better place? It's like it's got like an AI that can help me with stuff, but then also I got nanobots.
How much brain power while I'm sleeping, man? I
Oh
can't-
no, but I've worked all that out to now, like the beginning of it's done. Then I just sit there and daydream.
That's what I
about
do
that
in
type
this
of
one.
stuff. And so like I'm on like level 15, and I'm like, okay, so then I infiltrate the White House, and then I just like fall off this thing.
I do the same thing.
And but that's how it's so much better than like if I'm thinking about the day or like stuff that's going on. Sometimes
fall
I get
asleep.
too frustrated, but if I go into that mode of thinking about that, like it's instantly that I'm just boom, I'm gone.
That's so much more interesting than how I fall asleep.
What are you doing? Are you like going through that? What do you do to fall
Blank space,
asleep?
blank
then?
space, blank space.
Nothing. Please, for the love of God.
Hello.
Nothing.
Hello. Can't afford.
No, I watch stuff. Like I'll watch like Twitch. I'll watch a streamer,
Oh, dude,
Like,
I can't.
but
either.
I'll watch them play something that I'm not excited about.
are you watching it on your phone? You're holding it?
No, I've got a like a stand that attaches to my bed frame, and it holds my phone.
You really are a.
It holds it in front of your face.
So I have
You're like Wally to the extreme.
yes. So no, but it holds it to the side, and so I turn over and laying on my side, and like there it is. And so
Okay.
and then I put a little earbud in my ear, and then when I'm like starting to fall asleep, or whatever, I'll turn over, and then I'm just listening to it. I'm already like half asleep.
And then what happens to the earbud?
All's it.
What do you? What do you
Like-
mean? It just stays there
You know,
Oh,
like,
it stays there all night?
for the most part, and then I'll wake up and I'll realize it's there, and I'll take it out.
you know what they say, right? Like humans swallow 8 earbuds a year.
I thought it
On
was
average.
Spanish.
I do sometimes. I listen to podcasts to fall asleep too.
But I've got to watch or listen to something that is not interesting to me enough to make me think about it. So
Enough to keep you preoccupied, so you don't think about your impending doom of being here alive.
exactly. So like if a new game comes out, I can't watch that because I get excited. I want
okay.
to watch. I want
Yeah.
to see what comes next.
You'll keep yourself awake.
Yeah. So
So
usually
you're
I watch
keeping the
League of
boring
Legends.
streamers alive, dude.
Yeah. There's like the one streamer that I watch, He streams late at night. He's my most watched streamer by far because I watch him just about every night.
You don't like his stuff.
No, it's good stuff, but I wouldn't watch it like on the reg. I would just like, hey, tune in to so and so. He's my sleeping streamer.
Patino is.
I think most of his audience is because he only streams at like, I think it gets on at like 9 o'clock at night and streams till about 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
What game does he play
League of
in?
Legends.
Oh, okay.
And most of his chat, he's got like 1,000 viewers, but his chat is like super slow because people just, I think, tune in and go to bed.
Say a nice soothing
crazy.
voice.
Kind of. He's got one of those shitty mics, like shitty headset mics. So it's not like full. It's very just, like,
I couldn't do it, man.
and so there's not much to hear. Like it doesn't pierce through the gaming.
Interesting.
Nice. It's a good vibe.
Ugh.
Anyhow, that's the end of the episode. Where can they find us?
You can find us on Instagram at a lunchtime conversation or on Twitter at a lunchtime convo and on Facebook at Blink. Still trying to, I haven't done the Facebook yet.
Oh,
We're not on
these
Twitter,
days.
are we? We're on X.
Didn't I say Twitter?
You said Twitter.
Yeah,
it's
on X. Sorry. On X at a lunchtime convo. They cut you off with characters.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah. So I put in, so like Instagram, it's a lunchtime conversation. And then I went to go put it on X, known as Twitter, formerly known as Twitter. And I was like, typed it in, it wouldn't let me. I was like, what the heck? So then I was, but a lunchtime convo fit. So I was like, oh, that's still good.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. Anyhow, catch you later.
See ya.